Okay, yep, cannonball. Oh!
One of the great joys of doing what we do is to see how far we can push ourselves. And that's beautiful, right? There's that adventure where it's so arduous, but you know something beautiful happens at the end and you just go.
The queen of Lake Lucerne.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's always.
And then you have things like snowboarding where it's like easy, we strap on our favorite things and play. And it's that to that extreme adventure that we don't know and everything in between that I think brings us together as a group and makes it always extra enjoyable.
Hey! I never did that before.
I'm Josh Rosen, host of Dirt/Stuntman.
Welcome to Switzerland.
I'm Kate West. I am the director and producer of Dirt, which is our flagship adventure travel series and food show and human storytelling show at Huckberry. We went to Switzerland, which I have not spent much time in as a country, and I was super excited about it. People talk about the ingenuity of Swiss culture, and a lot of that is the way that they've been able to live in these epic, huge mountains. Switzerland is so rooted in mountain culture. First chairlifts were invented there, and they were originally invented to bring cows up and down the mountain. It's really interesting, and that culture still exists, right?
Hey.
Salut jullie, hoi, ciao. Achtung, net nog, hè? Net nog.
So I live in mountain culture in my life, and I'm surrounded by mountain culture folks, and it was pretty incredible to be in a place that was just a standard, that you live and exist in the mountains and are part of that mountain culture. So it's just sort of second nature, and everyone gets after it in the mountains in some capacity, and that felt pretty incredible.
The chef was this wonderful woman named Sarah, who was a young chef based in Lucerne, and she's super inspired by nature. The first scene, we go out and we forage from her backyard.
What are these?
Do you know? We can, yeah, of course.
Come on. Onion.
I mean, I don't know that you know this, but you can pick up any leaf outside of your house, deep fry it, and put salt on it, and it's food.
So it doesn't get much closer to nature than that. And I think, there was a huge language barrier in this one. She really spoke to us through her food. I mean, that's the beauty of chefs, right? And that's like why Dirt works, I think, because food is such a common language.
Should have it at home, but I didn't like it, I think.
We went over to her house for breakfast, and she had this beautiful meal that she had made, and it was so simple. It was basically honey on bread and preserved walnuts, locally foraged tea. It was a beautiful expression of sort of what we would define as Swiss food. And that was sort of a fun prompt to have with this episode, is we really wanted to define what Swiss food was.
We are in the middle of the market in the old town from Lucerne.
We just sort of felt like everywhere we went, the food identity was a reflection of French or Italian or German to make it Swiss. But what was actually Swiss is a good question.
You have these behemoths of culinary tradition all around Switzerland. You have Italy, you have France, you have Germany, Austria even. Switzerland's sort of in its own little world in terms of food, and I think what we realized, it was it's so ingredient based, and it's so much making do with what they can do in the mountains, going back to that mountain culture. Also Swiss practicality, so much of this food that we learned about was actually fuel for the mountains, to go up and down the mountains. There's no better protein bar than Parmesan cheese.
Perfect.
I think that's absolutely right, that the food that you're eating there is fuel, because you may have to hike some great distance. I mean, I think before there were roads and cars, there were people who would have to hike over passes all the time. So I think that the food has to be nutrient dense and like packable. But yeah, absolutely. You really need sustenance when you're doing those things. So the food fits that. In that sort of eat what you can, because you've got to, take your cows up to the top of a mountain or cross a mountain or whatever it was that made this food sort of beautiful.
My favorite ingredient of this episode. Well, if the characters are part of the ingredients, my favorite ingredient were these two Swedish chefs that had moved to Engelberg and opened a hut on the mountain.
That's pretty exciting. This is insane.
I have never before on any episode of Dirt immediately felt so connected to somebody.
Cheers.
And they just had such a love of this place that they had moved to. And Engelberg was such a special town.
I walked in, met them, we hugged, and we're holding hands within moment. And there was like this energy that we shared. And I don't know if it was because they were also just like young snowboard enthusiasts who like food.
It's the perfect spot. It's sort of a dream I didn't know I had until I stepped out here.
Join in.
Christian and John were so fun to be around, and they had such a passion for a place, and especially as expats who moved from Sweden. Engelberg is this free ride mecca. It's really, really such a cool mountain. This access to the backcountry that, the tourism board hooked us up with a guide, but also these two young chefs took us out. And it was just like a great day. It was like all day skiing, then went to a fondue place, and then we went to a gin tasting. And then we had a great dinner at the ski lodge, which is this awesome local hostel in town. So it was just like, it really felt like a great day in the Swiss Alps.
We get to meet incredible people on this show, always, thanks to Kate's research and finding these lovely human beings. And immediately I was met with a sense of openness and a kindness. There was also this sort of warmth that to everybody that we met and spent time with.
We go in with a loose script, and then we discover so much along the way. I hope that we unlock another side of Switzerland for the Huckberry audience and show another side of Lucerne as a city. There's this really cool creative underbelly that's really exciting. And the food of Switzerland, I hope it gets like more appreciation because it's delicious and it's as local as it gets, right?
I think that we have preconceived ideas of what places are and what they contain. I think inadvertently just see it over and over and over in our feeds that we think this place is this thing. Places have so much more depth, and Switzerland really unveiled itself in that if you go into the country and you just talk to people and you open yourself up, you will be able to find really unique pieces of a place, and Switzerland did that for sure.